Welcome to the first podcast of the EU's Horizon 2020 project Trusts, Trusted Secure Data Sharing Space. Today's interview partner is Stefan Gindl, Senior Data Researcher at Research Studios Austria, who acts as task leader within the Trusts Work Package 3, which is called Trusts Platform Implementation. Welcome, Stefan. Dear Stefan, I would like to jump directly into the topic. So here comes my first question for today. What is the project Trusts all about? Which are the motivations, objectives, goals, but also risks for the project?
With the Trusts project, the European Commission initiates a pan-European solution for data-related issues of the future. The aim is to innovate European data markets through trust, security, and federation. Our partners are located in Austria, Belgium, Cyprus, Germany, Greece, Israel, the Netherlands, Romania, and Spain. We can be sure that data sharing will shape the economic and societal future of Europe and bears huge potentials, but also comes with risks and apprehensions. The EU project Trusts, Trusted Secure Data Sharing Space, was established to identify and overcome legal, ethical, and technical challenges of cross-border data markets. European organizations and companies will need to adopt a data-driven innovation and digital transformation to keep up with international competition and global supply chains on the basis of European values such as personal rights and data protection legislation. The rules of competition law, intellectual property law, as well as data protection and privacy law regulate different important aspects of such a federated platform. For example, platform regulation, standardization and interoperability under proprietary models of ownership, data ownership, and many more. Keeping this competitive advantage resides in the ability to operate cross-border in Europe. All developments within the project are accompanied by legal and ethical considerations that ensure the results are compliant with current and forthcoming regulatory frameworks. A main result will be a set of requirements for compliance of the technological solution developed, recommendations for policymakers and stakeholders in the field. The project's integration will be tested in practice by 6 companies addressing 3 use cases from the financial and telecommunications sector. The first use case is anti-money laundering compliance. The second is agile marketing through data correlation. And the third one is improved customer support services by data acquisition. The Trusts technology and use cases will be constantly accompanied by business considerations, which will ensure that the results of the project are sustainable beyond the duration of the funding.
Thank you, Stefan, for providing a general insight into the project. Is there a reference architecture on which Trusts is based on, or is it a start from zero?
It's not a start from zero, so Trusts builds upon reference architectures. So the Trusts European data market will be based on the reference architecture designed by the International Data Spaces Association. The IDS architecture is currently considered the de facto standard for creating and operating data ecosystems. Its approach is to enable interoperability through semantic data descriptions, to create trust between participants through certified security functions, and to establish governance rules for data usage and data flows. The IDS architecture ensures data sovereignty for those who make data available in data ecosystems. Besides the IDS architecture, Trusts will also build upon a previous Austrian project called the Data Market Austria, also known as the DMA. The DMA was an Austrian effort to create a data market for data exchange and services in a trusted and secure environment. So Trusts is built both on the IDS reference architecture as well as the experience that we gained through the Data Market Austria. On top of this, one strategy is to connect trusts with Gaia X. Gaia X is a new pan-European effort to provide a data infrastructure where companies and government institutions can share and connect their data. So one goal of trusts is also to provide potential interoperability with Gaia X.
Okay, thank you. Are there already other existing data markets? If so, which role do they play in the project?
Actually, there is a large number of data markets from different areas and domains. Some of them focus on one specific domain, while others provide data from multiple domains. An example for a data market with data from many domains is Nemera. You find it on nemera.io. It offers a wide variety of data sets, for example, financial, medical, and geographical data. For instance, they also provide data sets for bikeways and bicycle parking. Examples for single domain markets are Skywise or Here or Autonomo. Skywise targets the aviation industry. Here and Autonomo provide data for the automotive industry, for example, for operators of car fleets. Yes, in trusts, we would like to interoperate with other data markets so that users of trusts get access to a wider range of data. The goal is that data consumers combine data from similar or different domains to generate new insights. They can also build new apps and services with the data. When we combine data from different domains, we can increase the value of that data.
How can a connection of such data markets look like, and how will this be implemented technically?
There are many ways of potential interoperability solutions with other data markets. For example, currently we are investigating OAI PMH or Resource Sync. Both of them are well-established standards for interoperability and have their advantages and disadvantages. For example, Resource Sync is considered to be faster than OAI PMH. Another widely used approach for machine interoperability are so-called REST APIs. REST APIs are a way how servers and clients exchange data. And in our task, in T33, the interoperability task, we are currently setting up a REST API both for other data markets to connect with us and on the other side so that we can connect with other data markets. One challenge here is the different technology stacks of the data markets. Currently, we are conducting a survey to find out more about the technology stacks of different data markets and to condense common features and common characteristics that we need to use to guarantee interoperability.
Okay, thank you for that detailed insight. Where do you see the greatest potential of the project, and also what are the biggest risks the Trust Consortium might face?
So I see three great potentials of trusts. The first one is the ease of access to a wide variety of data. Companies often lack their own data or they lack a certain kind of data, and together with trusts, they can access a wide variety of data to integrate into their own services. Another potential is the chance for companies to get value out of their data, either by creating their own analytics services and then combine it with third-party data, or by just using the market to sell their data. Yeah? So if they do not have their own analytics requirements, then they might just sell their data on the market and make money out of it. Yeah, and lastly, I see an opportunity for third parties to implement services on top of the data and provide them as apps in the market that others can purchase. Yeah, so for example, data scientists can access the Trust's data markets, have a look at the data that is in there, and then build their own applications which they sell on the market. Of course, Trusts also has risks. One big risk in every software project is over-engineering or scope creep. Yeah? This means that we might tend to implement too many features, which in the end turn out to be unnecessary, but still they cost the time and implementation effort. We work against this by using an agile approach. This means we create small MVPs, small software prototypes where we step by step implement new features and add new features. This way we can guarantee that we do not develop features that are unnecessary or that the customers won't need in the end. Another big risk is trust itself. It is important to convince data providers and data consumers that trust is really trustworthy. Otherwise, they will not share their data or buy external data. Trusts uses many different security measurements. So from a technical perspective, it is very safe, but it is also very important to communicate this to potential stakeholders, be it buyers or sellers of data on trusts. Another risk that I see is regards our interoperability solutions. So we want to connect to external data markets to increase the offers that we currently have. The risk here is that other data markets might be unwilling to connect with trusts. Here the challenge is to find financial reward models that are also attractive for other data markets.
Thank you very much, Stefan, for breaking down that complex topic to our listeners. Dear listeners, I hope you enjoyed our today's podcast. Please make sure to subscribe and to follow us on our social media.